we go. Good morning. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday. It is 10:30. That means it's time for the Supplemental. That's right. In addition to the Lunsby Show, we give you a little something extra on the Sundays. And what it means to me is it's a lot of frustration. Yeah, it's frustration. Because nothing wants to work. The Mevo doesn't want to work. Okay, that showed up there. The joke's on you. Greatest Formula One driver name ever made. Joke's on you. It is the Supplemental. What do we do? And even though that camera's on, it's not working. So I'm talking into this camera because it's Sunday. And I'm happy to be here, and I'm not going to let it get the best of me. Every Sunday we get together, and we try to start your Sunday off right. What do? Well, we do your national days of the week. We do a little community service information note, comedy note, whatever, comedy service note, whatever it may be. And then we finish it off with bad lighting. Different camera, different problems. Mo cameras, mo problems. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to let it get the best of me. I'm not going to let the best of me. It's okay. It's okay. It's easy to get frustrated. It's hard to get past that frustration, which we shall do today. Again, this is the Supplemental. It's meant to be a good time. Please don't let my frustration frustrate you. Starting off with your national days of the week. The days of the week are given to you in preparation for the week to come so that you can enjoy some time with family and friends. It is tomorrow, the 23rd of September, National Pot Pie Day. Yes. And if you know anything about me, you know I love an amalgamation. And when I convinced my certain special someone to take chicken pot pie and amalgamate that with shepherd's pie, so it's a shepherd's pot pie. Oh, delightful. Absolutely delightful. What's your favorite pot pie? They come in a variety of flavors. You got your turkey and your chicken and normal. I don't know I don't know. Is there any other pot pies? Marie Callender? I don't know. Let me know. I'm curious as to what are your favorite pot pies. On the 24th of September, it's National Horchata Day. Now, if you don't have any Puerto Rican friends, you probably don't know what horchata is. And I, personally, even with a plethora of Puerto Rican amigos, I'm not sure what horchata is either. I know it's given as Christmas gifts, as I give limoncello. The Puerto Ricanos in my life like to give out horchatas. So why is National Horchata Day slipped into the end of September? Yo no sé. Yo no sé, yo no sé. Yo no sé si mañana. It's National Horchata Day. On the 25th, now again, we want you to celebrate these days with your friends, right? You look forward to the Supplemental so that you know what you can plan for throughout the week. And on the 25th, it's National Lobster Day. Now, of course, I personally can't say lobster without thinking of a northeastern accent every time I say lobster. But who can afford it? Seriously, who's got the money for lobster? It's also National Quesadilla Day. So you could have the quesadillas instead of the lobster. But who can afford quesadillas in this economy? It's also National Roadkill Day. That's the 25th. You choose what day you're going to celebrate based on your means. Is it going to be lobster, quesadilla, or roadkill? Curious. Moving on to the 26th. The 26th is National. So it is National Mesothelioma Day. The fact that I can pronounce mesothelioma says something about how long those commercials have been running. I left America for over a decade, and when I came back, they were still running mesothelioma ads. And I felt like at that point, everybody who ever had mesothelioma probably isn't around anymore. So if you don't want to celebrate Mesothelioma Day, why don't you come with me to Denny's? We did it a year ago. We went and celebrated National Denny's Day. No, I'm sorry, National Pancake Day at Denny's. And we haven't done it in a year. So let's get together. I propose 6:30 on the morning of the 26th at the Denny's on Carlisle Pike. Come with me. Let's have some pancakes. Let's celebrate together National Pancake Day. On the 27th, now Chick Brew and me were both morning show hosts. So when National Morning Show Host Day came up, I couldn't think of two better people to celebrate it with. It's National Morning Show Host Day. It's the 27th. The 28th, this is an interesting one. On the 28th, it's National Fish Amnesty Day. Do you go fishing on the 28th? Catch the fish, and then tell the fish, today is your lucky day. Release the fish and put it back in the water. I've never understood the torture humans put fish through. Catching them and releasing them. I just wanted to prove to you that if I wanted to take your life, I could, but I won't, especially on National Fish Amnesty Day. That's the 28th. The 29th, getting close to closing it. This is just one that's, all right, it's one you got to take seriously because of the topic, but at the same time, you got to make fun of because of the way it's worded. It's National Gold Star Mother and Family Members Day. Now, if you know what a Gold Star family is, you understand why you've got to take this seriously. But if you understand what a mother and family is, you realize the ridiculousness of the redundancy that is Gold Star Mother and Family Member Day. It should just be Gold Star Family Day. And if you are a recipient of a Gold Star, well, thank you for your sacrifice. And that has been your National Days of the Week. Moving on. Taking a sip. I don't really have a community service event. I went to the Warrior Gannon annual fundraiser, inaugural fundraiser there. It was a Jeep, car, and motorcycle show. I went and supported that yesterday at the Boomerang Sports Bar Casino Hotel Resort. I went there. And moving on into what is coming up, I can only tell you that tonight at The Den, located at 1000 Hannah Street, the VIP special events room of Savannah's Jiggly Joint, there will be comedians. They will be performing. Zach Hammond is headlining, and I did not commit the rest of the names to memory. So I know it's $10. I know the doors open at 6, and the show starts at 7, and I'm not going to go get my notes. That's The Den, located at 1000 Hannah Street. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. Tickets are $10. Multiple comedians will be performing. and free admission into Savannah's if you go to the comedy club. So there's your community service note for the week. Corey Miller. Corey Miller's going to be the MC. I remembered that. I don't even know why I'm wearing this shirt. I honestly don't know why I'm wearing this shirt because they did so poorly today. I'm so mad. I'm going to shift this over here so you can't see it. And now we get into my favorite part, what many of you have told me is your favorite part. Now we get into this week in history, trivia style. I read the question, I give you multiple choice answers, and when someone is playing along, hello, viewer, I see you. There's been viewers popping in and out. I don't know who's there. But we're getting ready to start this week in history. So if you came for this, you showed up at the right time. Question number 1. 7 questions dealing with the previous week. That's the 15th through the 22nd. In history, all of history, challenge is set to medium. The goal is to go 7 for 7. It hasn't happened yet. Question number 1. On September 17th, not a good start considering the dates that I set there were, yeah, I guess that is right. Okay. On September 17th, 1787, the U.S. Constitution was signed. Period. You tracking? Where did this historic event take place? Where was the U.S. Constitution signed on September 17th, 1787? Was it New York City? Was it Boston, Philadelphia, or Washington, D.C.? I'll give you a moment to think about it while I take a swig. Because I didn't realize how thirsty I was until I took that first swig. And now I can't stop wanting water. Moisture in my throat. Was it New York City, Boston, Philadelphia, or Washington, D.C.? If you know anything about your history, you know that 1787, there was no such thing as Washington, D.C. It didn't exist yet, so it couldn't have been there. New York City and Boston are both good options. I believe the correct answer, the only answer, is the city of brotherly love, located 90 miles away from where I currently reside. Question number 2. On September 18th, 1970, what famous rock guitarist died at the age of 27? What famous rock guitarist joined the 27 Club on September 18th, 1970? Was it Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, Keith Richards, or Jimmy Page? Well, considering only one of them is dead, the rest are still alive. Yes, Keith Richards is still alive. I am putting my most educated guess on Jimi Hendrix. Strung upside down for a left-handed mother trucker. I love me some Jimmy. I used to make people shut up. When they would come in my office, if Jimmy was playing on the radio, shut up! Jimmy's playing. Bow, 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 bow. He was left-handed, so it was, yeah, I did it right the first time, left-handed. On September 19th, 1991, hikers discovered a well-preserved mummy from around 3300 BC in the Alps. No punctuation there. What is the nickname of this ancient discovery? What is the nickname for the mummies that they found in the Alps circa 3300 BC? Was it Otzi? Was it Ramses? How about Neander or Lucy? Well, if you know anything about your anthropology, you know who Lucy is. And she wasn't found in the Alps. She was mummified, but she wasn't no mummy. You know what I'm saying? Ramses, we know that's going to be in Egypt somewhere in the middle of a pyramid. So I think it's down between Neander and Otzi. And when I think of strange names in the Alps, I'm risking my 7 for 7 here on a 50-50 chance. It's either Neander or it's Otzi, and I'm going to go with Otzi. I don't know what you're going to go with. Again, this is best consumed live, but if you're watching this later than live, you can throw your answers in. You can check it out. As I ask the question, put your answer in, and then when we get to the end, we'll find out if you did good. Don't wait to the end and say, yeah, I went 7 for 7. That's cheating. No cheating, James. Taney family. No, I haven't. All right, that's that one. Question number 4. On September 15th, 1935, the Nuremberg laws were passed in Germany. These laws primarily targeted which group? 1935, Nuremberg laws, Germany. Who do you think they were making laws against? Was it the Romani, which is the new way of saying gypsies? They used to be called gypsies, but then the gypsies, I guess, found that offensive. So then they started to call them the Romans and then the Romanis. Was it the gypsies? Was it the Jews? I love me some Jews. Orange and apple. I like both of those. Those are my favorite. Was it the Slavs? Now that's a people who should be offended by their country, by their name. You bunch of Slavs. Or was it the communist? People trying to run America, those people. Was it the gypsies, the Jews, the Slavs, or the communists? I'm going to guess, because they kind of made a big deal about it. I'm going to guess it's the Jews. Not apple or orange, but the peoples. That's my guess. I may be wrong. I may be crazy. All right, here we go. Question number 5 on September 22nd, 1862. Which U.S. president issued the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation declaring freedom for slaves in Confederate states? They're trying to trick us. They're throwing that preliminary word out there like, ha, you think you know, but what if you don't know? I don't care. I live near Gettysburg. The Emancipation Proclamation. I'm getting my things confused. The Gettysburg Address was done in Gettysburg. He wasn't the main speaker. He was an afterthought. The President of the United States was not invited to the dedication of the cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. His staff said, hey, can we show up for this? And they're like, yeah, sure, why not? We'll give you a little time. And then some blowhard local politician got up there and spoke for 2 hours. And when he was done speaking for 2 hours, Abraham Lincoln got up there and spoke for 10 minutes. Who do we remember more? So, Emancipation Proclamation, it's Abraham Lincoln. It doesn't even matter what the other options are. It doesn't matter what word they use, preliminary. The options they gave us, Ulysses S. Grant, Andrew Johnson, James Buchanan. Doesn't matter. None of that matters. It's Lincoln. We know that. There's no doubt. Question number 6. We're going to get it wrong. Question number 6. On September 20th, 1519, Ferdinand Magellan set sail to circumnavigate the globe. What country did Magellan represent during this voyage? I know the answer. I know the answer because I've been to the city. And surprisingly, there were a lot of explorers who represented this particular country. But I'm going to give you an opportunity to guess. I'm going to give you your multiple choices. Was it Spain? Was it Portugal? Was it England? Or was it France? Those are your choices. I know the answer. I'll tell you now. It is Portugal. I don't know, man. I'm going to take a sip of water because I'm very parched. But I think it's possible. We could go 7 for 7 this week. And that's something to drink to. Question number 7. The final one for this week. On September 21st, 1981, which U.S. Supreme Court justice was unanimously confirmed becoming the first woman to serve on the court? I got a good feeling that we're going to go 7 for 7 because I know the answer to this question. Do you? Here are your multiple choices. Was it Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Sandra Day O'Connor, Ellen Kagan, or Sonia Sotomayor? All of them are actual Supreme Court justices, or at least were Supreme Court justices. Only one of them could be the first female Supreme Court justice. Do you know who it was in 1981, appointed by President Ronald Reagan? She has a day named after her. If you knew, it was Sandra Day O'Connor Day, or Sandra Day O'Connor. You are correct. I'm feeling really good about this. We've never gone 7 for 7 before. It is very possible that we may have gone 7 for 7 this week. Let's look at the answers. Here we go. Question number 1, it was Philadelphia. Question number 2 was the left-handed god Jimi Hendrix. Question number 3 was Otzi. Question number 4 was the Jews. Question number 5 was Abraham Lincoln, son of a bug. Ferdinand Magellan did not represent Portugal. He represented Spain, is what they're saying. I am going to my Google box over here, and I'm typing in Ferdinand Magellan. He was a Portuguese explorer. That's what it says. Ferdinand Magellan was a Portuguese explorer best known for having planned and led the 1519 to 2022 Spanish expedition to the East Indies. So, even though he was Portuguese, he was representing Spain at the time of his expedition. Oh, we were so close. So close. Because question number 7 was Sandra Day O'Connor. 6 out of 7 ain't bad. And that I feel like that one was a technicality. I feel like that should be like 6 and a P. It's the closest I've ever come to getting all 7. How did you do? I won't know until you put your comments in the comment section of the feed there. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Chick Brew sends her love. I hope you enjoyed this week's supplemental.